Treasure Beach Hotel calls for speed bumps in area after Canadian dies in crash. Jason Hensel, a leading hotel in the popular South Coast community of Treasure Beach, is calling for the urgent installation of speed bumps and rumble strips in the area following a crash there which claimed the life of a Canadian woman and left her husband hospitalized on Saturday. Hensel, in a letter to Cabinet Minister and St. Elizabeth Southwest Member of Parliament Floyd Green, as well as Treasure Plains Councillor Carl White, said the National Works Agency NWA had given approval for the road safety measures in recent years. We need to get moving in the installation of these speed bumps in Treasure Beach that were approved by the NWA over 3 years ago. The area between the Sandybank Basic School, entrance to Sandybank and Sandybank Primary have proven to be a dangerous spot, the letter read in part. There was a fatal accident in this area involving a car and two Canadian visitors who have been coming to the area for the past 20 years, the letter added. The Canadian woman has been identified as 65-year-old Jenny Stewart. A police report said about 4:40 p.m., the Canadian couple was traveling on a blue 2023 motorcycle in the northern direction when the motorcycle failed to keep left and went into the path of the oncoming motor vehicle. The car then crashed into a fence. The couple was taken to hospital where the woman was pronounced dead and her husband admitted for treatment. Kingston Western Police launched probe into murder in Havana, Arnett Gardens. The Kingston Western Police have launched a probe into a shooting incident in Havana, Arnett Gardens last evening, which left one man dead and another nursing gunshot wounds. The deceased has been identified as Sanjay Allen. Speaking with reporters, commanding officer for the division, Acting Superintendent Brian Henry, says the incident happened at around 8:40 p.m. He expressed confidence that the perpetrators will be brought to justice.
The information which we have so far is that a group of men were at a section of the community playing dominoes when they were pounced upon by a group of gunmen who opened the fire. Two persons were shot and injured. One, Sanjay Allen, he succumbed to his injuries, while the other is being treated. He's in a stable condition. The Havana area and other sections of the Kingston Western Division has been in relative peaceful state since the start of this year, and we are working assiduously to ensure that citizens are able to exist in a peaceful society. We have so far been able to gather information from different mediums, and I am confident that the perpetrators will be arrested. We also use this opportunity to ask the public to assist the police in their investigations by providing any information that they have.
Wanted man among two people arrested in a series of operations by the St. Catherine North Police. A wanted man is among two people arrested in a series of operations by the St. Catherine North Police on Sunday. A firearm and several rounds of ammunition were also seized. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Senior Superintendent Hopton Nicholson said the operation began about 8 a.m. in the areas and around Spanish Town. He said during one of the operations on St. John Street, one man was arrested and a firearm seized. SSP Nicholson stated that during another operation in the Lime Tree community, a man who was wanted for being a member of a criminal organization was arrested.
The St. Catherine North Police Division continue to conduct a number of operational activities across the division with the aim of apprehending wanted men, disrupting criminal activities, and to maintain law and order. Now, sometime after 8:30 a.m. today, March 16, 2025, multiple joint military operational activities were conducted in communities in and around the Spanish Town area. Now, during one of these operations in the St. John's Heights area, one illegal firearm loaded with 12 rounds of ammunition was seized. One man who is of a Clarendon address was arrested for this seizure. Other operations were also conducted in the McVickers Lane area that is located off Old Harbour Road, where 5.380 cartridges and 5 12-gauge cartridges were recovered in a full coupe. No arrest was made for these recoveries. A man who is wanted by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Unit of the JCF for being a member of a criminal organization was also apprehended during one of the operations conducted in the Lime Tree community. Now, the St. Catherine North Police will continue to conduct operations of this nature with the aim of denying criminals the opportunities to commit crime and to make communities safer.
JLP's Chin loses Ives in Manchester Southern internal election. Jamaica Labour Party incumbent and Member of Parliament for Manchester Southern Robert Chin lost to businessman Ian Ives in an internal election on Sunday as the party prepares for the parliamentary poll. JLP Deputy Leader Michael Stern confirmed that Ives was leading in the preliminary result following the workers' vote. Another businessman, Peart, was also on the ballot for the internal election. We had a consultation with the workers to basically ask them who they would prefer. The last time was whether or not they had confidence in Mr. Chin, said Stern in reference to yes or no vote that Chin had gained the vote of the then majority of workers. And this time it is whether or not they chose one of the candidates who were interviewed by the party to move forward, and that is not final until we have a final result going into operations, council and selection committee, added Stern. He was cautious in explaining the outcome of the election to the media. So even today, as we have the runoff, a result which will come out of the public eye, we have to go back to the party and meet at the Operations Council and Selection Committee to make the final call. So at this moment, you might have heard that Mr. Ives is leading in the count, but that still has to be done at the party's headquarters, where we have the General Secretary President to the Operations Council, that result, and we assess that we have done, so that we will have a few days and it will be official, stated Stern. When asked about timing of the vote in an election year and whether it could affect the party's chance in the election, Stern expressed confidence in the Jamaica Labour Party retaining Manchester Southern. There is no closeness as long as it is done democratically, clean, and it was done fairly. It was done honestly, and we made sure that the process was smooth, and today it went fairly well, smooth right across the board, stated Stern. In a preliminary result shared with reporters, Ives polled 221 votes compared to 145 for Chin and 34 for Peart. Manchester Southern consists of 4 divisions, namely Alligator Pan, Grovetown, Porus, and Newport. Ives has vowed to unite JLP workers and supporters in Manchester Southern, where the PNP's Peter Bunting is also vying to contest the constituency in the parliamentary election due by September. I want to say thanks to all the supporters, all the delegates, and to the 2 sitting councillors and 2 caretaker councillors for the victory, and I want to say thanks to the Almighty God foremost for all of this, he noted. I am very elated and now looking forward to extend my hand to the sitting Member of Parliament and to Eden Peart, who would have fought a good battle, and yes, I came out on top, and now we have a lot of work to do, and we are to unite the party, because we are not a divided party, we are a united party, and then to take home the seat to the general election whenever that is called, he added. Chin created a political upset when he unseated Michael Stewart of the People's National Party by 890 votes in the September 2020 general election. Chin polled 6,826 votes to Stearns' 5,936. Back in 2016, Stewart won the seat comfortably by 1,176 votes, polling 8,398 to the JLP, Hildran 7,222 votes. Chin was parachuted into the constituency as a large replacement for former JLP standard-bearer Junior Robinson, who bowed out suddenly 1 week before nomination day. Prior to the September 2020 general election, the last time the JLP won Manchester Southern in the contest was polled in 1980. The seat was retained in a snap parliamentary election of 1983 that was not contested by the PNP. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.